this is one I'm really hoping sees the light of day. Hi, welcome to another episode of Gearhead Man. I'm Mark, your host. And yes, in this episode, it's another addition, I guess, to the What If series. This episode focuses on the 2025 Ford Mustang Boss 302. Cars that I really hope comes to see light of day. I'm a big Mustang guy. I try to be impartial, but I am what I am. And as Popeye would say, I am what I am, and that's all I am. Now that I got a Popeye quote in there, hopefully I didn't chase off too many of you with that quote. The Boss 302 originally came out in 1969 and 1970, and they both were pretty much the same specs. It was a Boss, pretty much the same specs for both years. They started out with a 302 cubic inch engine, and that engine, if you go to into metrics, convert into metrics, it's a 5-liter 5.0 motor. So the 5.0 motor was way back in in the late 60s, and that was in both the 1969 and the 1970. Fast forward to 2012, and you would see the new Boss 302 Mustang. Same thing. It's 302 cubic inches, 5-liter motor. A little bit more pep, a little bit more torque. The 2012 and the 2013, quite a bit more torque and horsepower. And in 2013, they also, in the Boss 302 line, they also had, in the Boss 302 line, they also offered a Laguna Seca edition. And that car was cool, man. It came with 2 keys. It had the black key, everyday street driving, and had the red key. And the red key, you started with that, it would put it into race mode. And that's things like open exhaust, better performance of the motor for being on the track, and everybody should know Laguna Seca is a racetrack, a road course racetrack near Monterey, California, and that was a pretty damn cool car. That car probably was the inspiration for the later on, a few years later, would come the GT 350 at Ford, at Mustang. And I think that definitely the Laguna Seca edition Mustang was definitely the inspiration for that car. Now, it'd be great if it could come back again, because the last time the Boss 302 was out on the street, you could buy brand new, was 2013. Fast forward 11 years later, at 2024, another year, so 12 years from then, if they did make one for 2025, man, it'd be cool if they could start out with a dark horse and, punch that up to make it a Boss 302. But maybe the Boss 302 has seen its days. Maybe with the Dark Horse Mustang and the GTD, we don't need a Boss 302 anymore. There's enough hot Mustangs, fast horses on the road already, and Ford really doesn't want to invest in something like that. And maybe if you're going to spend that kind of money, you can easily spend that kind of money and get a Dark Horse, or spend a little bit more and get a GTD. If you have that in your bank account. But let's watch these videos. I have a couple videos talks about the I have a couple of talks about the 1969 Boss 302 and the 1970 Boss 302. Then there's the video that talks about the 2025 Mustang Boss 302. And then we'll share some photos. You know, there's a lot of different looks to that car. Everybody who came out with a video has a different look for the car. I'm still thinking these are all done by AI. You know, you tell me. I scoured Ford's media site. There's no hint or any rumors I can find that talks about a real car coming. But we'll see. So let's get these videos out of the way. Let's watch them. And then we'll finish up, talk more about this car and possible future.
Hello from the American Muscle Car Museum in Melbourne, Florida. Today out from the collection we have a very unique car in a 1969 Boss 302. They produced 1,628 of these in 1969, and the name Boss actually comes from one of the engineers, Larry Shinoda, kept being asked by his co-workers, "What are you working on?" He said, "The Boss's project," and the name Boss stuck. This car here is an MCA or Mustang Club of America National Gold winner. We actually have the Marty report and heavy documentation on this car here. This is done in a bright yellow exterior that goes into a black Clarion interior. Part of the package with the Boss 302 was the blacked out hood, the chin spoiler, the blacked out trunk lid, and the taillight panel. The actual rear spoiler and the rear window louvers were an option. This car has a 302 cubic inch, and they did that for the reason is they wanted to compete in the SCCA Trans Am Racing Series, and you could not have larger than a 305 cubic inch. This is a high revving, good running motor that goes into a 4-speed Hurst shifted transmission. These are only available in 4 speeds, and also you could not get air conditioning with these cars. This has the optional 391 traction lock rear end in it into the Magnum 500 Goodyear polyglass tires. We had this car in for annual maintenance. We've got it out today. Gorgeous day, by the way. We're going to do a couple laps on it. We're going to test it, tune it, get it dialed in. We'll detail it out with our 303 products and get it back in the museum. Thanks for watching.
Hello from the American Muscle Car Museum here in Melbourne, Florida. Today we brought out another one of my favorite cars, a 1970 Boss 302 Mustang. Well, in 1969, the original Boss 302 came out, and Ford sold about 1,600 vehicles in total. They were actually producing it for the Trans Am Race Series. In 1970, Ford built a total of about 190,000 Mustangs. Of the 190,000 Mustangs, the 3 models that had the lowest production quantities were the convertible, little over 7,500 built, the Boss 302, where you had a little over 7,000 built, and then of course the ultra rare Boss 429. The Boss fame came because people said you could rev those engines to heaven. These cars, when you would get them out on the street, they would rev and they would race like you wouldn't believe. Okay, no comparison to the original 65, 66 pony cars per se. What made the Boss great? Well, you started off with a 5-liter V8, solid lifter, 290 horsepower with 290 foot-pounds of torque. Throw on a Holley double pumper 780 carb, and you have plenty of fuel to take care of that thirsty engine. Growing up in New England, where you have a lot of windy roads, up and down hills, this was the perfect car. In 1970, Parnelli Jones won the Trans Am Racing Series with his Boss 302 in this identical color combination of grabber orange with the black striping. This vehicle, beautiful car, has only 16,000 original miles. I'm the third original owner. I didn't find the vehicle. I actually had Kevin Manley from Kevin's Classic find the vehicle now over a dozen years ago. I told Kevin what I was looking for: an original, documented, low mileage, Grabber Orange Boss 302. Of all the early generation Mustangs, these are probably the funnest Mustangs to drive. With the 302, you weren't weighed down with that big block engine. It had great handling, great acceleration, great performance. Road and Track, when they actually tested the vehicle, found that it had a top speed of about 137 miles per hour. Of course, you had to change your rear end accordingly. The rear ends on these came either as a 350 rear end traction lock, 391, or a 430. 430 would be ideal for drag racing. 350, of course, would be better for top end speed.
Rev up your engines, Mustang fans. Today we're diving into taking a first look at the 2025 model that's turning heads and breaking necks. From the iconic muscle car of the 60s to the modern beast of 2025, this is one ride you don't want to miss. So buckle up, because it's going to be a wild ride. The Ford Mustang Boss 302 first roared onto the scene in 1969, designed to compete in the Trans Am Racing Series. This high-performance version of the Mustang was equipped with a 5.0-liter V8 engine, known for its aggressive sound and impressive power output. The original Boss 302 wasn't just about muscle, though. It was also a handling machine, with its suspension tuned for the track. It quickly became a favorite among enthusiasts for its perfect blend of speed, power, and agility. In 1970, the Boss 302 received subtle updates, including a new grille and redesigned stripes, making it even more iconic. However, after just 2 years of production, the Boss 302 was discontinued, leaving behind a legacy that would only grow over time. The Boss 302 nameplate made a triumphant return in 2012, with Ford introducing a modern version that paid homage to the original. This time, it came equipped with a 5.0-liter V8 engine, producing 444 horsepower, paired with a 6-speed manual transmission. The 2012 Boss 302 was a track-focused machine, much like its predecessor, and once again became a favorite among Mustang enthusiasts. Now, in 2025, the Boss 302 has been reimagined for the modern era, blending classic design cues with cutting-edge technology and performance. Let's start with the exterior design. As you can see from the images, the front of the 2025 Mustang Boss 302 screams power and aggression. The iconic Mustang grille is flanked by sharp LED headlights, giving it a fierce look that demands attention. The hood features a prominent scoop, reminiscent of the original Boss 302, but with a modern twist that hints at the beastly engine lurking beneath. Moving to the side, the classic fastback silhouette is immediately recognizable. The 2025 Boss 302 sits low and wide, with bold black racing stripes running from the front to the rear, paying tribute to the original design. The muscular wheel arches house 20-inch alloy wheels that are both stylish and functional, wrapped in performance tires ready to grip the road or track. From the rear, the 2025 Boss 302 continues to impress. The quad exhaust tips and aggressive rear diffuser not only enhance the car's aerodynamics, but also give it an intimidating stance. The LED tail lights retain the classic Mustang 3-bar design, but with a modern high-tech twist. Step inside, and you're greeted by an interior that combines classic Mustang cues with modern technology. The cockpit is driver-focused, with a mix of analog and digital displays that give you all the information you need at a glance. The steering wheel, wrapped in premium leather, features a flat-bottom design, making it perfect for spirited driving. The seats are a nod to the original Boss 302, with bold yellow stitching and the Boss 302 logo embossed on the headrests. The cabin is bathed in a mix of premium materials, including brushed aluminum and carbon fiber accents, giving it a luxurious yet sporty feel. Under the hood, the 2025 Boss 302 is powered by a 5.0-liter V8 engine that has been tuned to deliver over 500 horsepower. This power is sent to the rear wheels through a 6-speed manual transmission, giving drivers a pure, unfiltered driving experience. The engine note is a symphony of raw power, with the quad exhaust system producing a soundtrack that will send shivers down your spine. Now let's talk about when you can get your hands on this beast. The 2025 Ford Mustang Boss 302 is expected to hit showrooms in the spring of 2024, with a starting price of around $55,000. Of course, with various options and performance packages, that price can climb. But for the performance and heritage you're getting, it's worth every penny. So, there you have it, the 2025 Ford Mustang Boss 302, a modern muscle car that pays homage to its legendary past, while pushing the boundaries of performance and design. What do you think of the new Boss 302?
All right, here we go. I like the history of the 1969 Boss 302 and the 1970 Boss 302. Those videos are pretty cool. That's why I included them. My hat's off to that team that made them. Now, what do you think about the 2025 Mustang Boss 302? I still think, it's not going to happen, considering all we're seeing are artist sketches or CGI drawings, AI created content probably, and I have to stick by my first gut feeling is with the Dark Horse, what you can get in that, and if you have the money to kick it up to a GTD, then why would they want a a Boss 302 Mustang out there. It's just going to be one of those cars rebadged. But, you know, everybody, please comment. Let me know what you're thinking. You know, if you know something I don't know, if you found something else out, go ahead and share it in the comment, and I'll take a look. And more than likely, I'll respond to everyone who posts a comment. All right, everyone. That's food for thought. Let me know. And thanks for watching. Thanks for viewing all my episodes. Thanks for supporting the channel. Give us a like, a share. Go ahead and subscribe. And hit the bell icon. That way you get a notice every time I post a new episode, no matter what it is. No matter if it's a full episode or even a short, you'll get a notification. All right, thanks everyone. We'll see you next episode. Everyone be safe out there. Take care.